going to do a video on tools and accessories and things needed and go from there. So first and foremost, I'm going to say what you definitely want is adequate space, and it has to be a pretty big bench if you could afford it, if you could do it. If you don't have the real estate, then just do what you can. But this bench is 24 feet long, and it is 3 feet deep and 46 inches off the ground. I'm 6 foot, so it works with me. Build your bench to your liking. My lighting is God, so I just got LED strips above it, and then I just have fluorescent right there. But anyways, I'm gonna hang this up on my camera mount, and then I'm going to go through pretty much what I do here and tools I use. So we're looking at, again, adequate space. So I got all my flashlights lined up, got all my bins with all my blocking and everything that I use, storage for foam. We got 2 of my ovens, the heat press. This little guy right here is probably one of my favorites. It's the it's actually a pistol rack for a safe, and it holds 10 pistols. I lied, 8 pistols, and it keeps them out of the way so you're not piling on top of each other. I don't like changing drill bits, so I have 1 drill for every bit that I use. And then this right here, this is called wall control. So I'm actually going to go over what I have on here, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to prop this up, and then I'm going to go through tools and things that we use. All right, mats definitely what you want to work with. A lot of people ask me about the flatheads I use. So these are the flatheads I use. You can see that the blade of it is the same width as the shaft. So if you're wondering what they are Forster products, precision screwdrivers, and it comes with a whole set from super tiny to very large. These are gunsmithing ones, so that's why they're shaped the way they are, and they work absolutely phenomenal for threaded posts, and they don't slip like the angled ones. So those are the ones I use. I love these, and I will only use those. Phillips, obviously, all your screws are Phillips or whatnot. And then for the occasional, I use T-handle hexes for the like MRDs and hoods that require those. So definitely going to have those on hand. Another big thing you're going to need, clamps. Definitely need a lot of these guys. I have, I don't know, like 15 here. They're old. They're starting to get to, need to be replaced. But definitely need some clamps. They hold your stuff together, obviously. Let's see here. Drill guides. So these are the drill guides that I have. I got these off of DIY. They're for speed clips, loops, and then random other ones. So these 2 are the primary ones I use, and yeah, these are the nice ones. So I like those. Obviously, thicknesses of tape. I got super thick, and then I got the medium, which I actually just ran out of, and then your 1-inch one. So definitely going to use those. Kind of odd have this, but I use these a lot actually. So forceps. I use these for taking Chicago screws or pretty much anything that's go deep in a holster, and I put it in there and hold it in place while I could get the work done on it. So these come in handy. You don't absolutely need them. You can use long tweezers as well, but these are nice because I obviously have the locking feature. So tin snips. Some people cut Kydex with them. I personally don't. I use a razor blade. I actually have a bunch of fiberglass. These are circuit board cutouts. So I used to work for a circuit board company. I used to build military electronics. And so I would take the cutoffs, the throwaways, the scraps. So this is copper infused fiberglass. So I take these and I cut them to shape. They're flexible, but they're strong. So these are very nice to have. So whenever I go there, I nab some. And like I said, they're just throwaways, so nothing important, and you can't steal anything off of it. So, but those work great for blocking and such. You'll see me use those. Obviously, drones, the flashlights you need. I have 250 of these guys, so I rarely say no to a job. This right here, you can see the part number 65112. It's Continental windshield wiper radiator overflow tubing. It is 7/32. So I cut this to size. This is my retention plate, or my retention bushings. So I get a 50-foot roll. It's like $15, $20 on Amazon. Lasts quite a bit. You'll see me use these a lot. So what these are ladder bars. They're made for covering rails. So I use these to block out the rails. I cut them to size. So you see I have a bin of just random sizes here. So don't be cheap. Spend the money and get the good ones. I bought some off of, I don't know, some junk website just to try them out. Or no, I got these at a gun show. And they were $3 for like 10 of them. And these are horrible. So I just had these here for backups. But the nice ones are thick rubber. And they snap right over it. So you're definitely going to want those. Next, widgets. So I got flat widgets, and then you got your curved widgets. Those are for the different types of flashlights. Dowels. You're gonna get your dowels. And I modify these, and I have just a ton in here, and that's for sight channels, for the ones that don't come with sight channels. And then I take flat stock aluminum, like this right here. Different sizes, you get it at Home Depot pretty cheap, and I cut it for blocking. So these ones are steel, and these ones can be bought off of Holster Smith. They work great, but these are all aluminum, so any attachment that goes on, I cut the size and different, so for flashlights and mountings. So I cut them all on a saw. And they work phenomenal. You see me work with them a lot. All right, gloves. These gloves are barbecue gloves. They're made by, Home Max. And I got them on Amazon. Absolutely love them. They're like $16. They handle up to 1800 degrees. So definitely want to get a set of these guys. Another thing. Epoxy. So this is 2-part clear epoxy, and I also rock the metal epoxy and Bondo. So if I have a firearm that I'm making it for, I actually have to sand this, but I'll put Bondo on it and then I'll sand it smooth so it blocks in the injection port and it's ready to go. So those are the epoxies I use. You can also use water weld. Completely up to you. They all do the same thing with different results. Good cutting knife. I got a Husky cutting knife here, and then with good blades. That's how I cut the Kydex. Works wonders. You see me doing OWBs. This is how I get a straight line going across curved surfaces. This is called a contour gauge. You could get on Amazon. You could get, this one was at Home Depot for like $8. But for example, if you want to draw a straight line, see that, so it goes through, and then you could draw the straight line right over it. You just got to be careful with them. Loctite, you see me use the Loctite. It's definitely needed for keeping your stuff on you. These are the pencils I use. They're water soluble marking pencils. I get them at Hobby Lobby. You could get them online as well. I don't really go out to stores much. Not because I'm afraid of COVID, but I don't support stores that are requiring masks, so I just pretty much order off Amazon. So I very rarely go out, and if you have to wear a mask, they could, you know where to stick it. So, good utility knife. Get some extra blades in there and keep going. They work wonders. Gee, man, what else? Magazines. Doing magazines, you'll see me run snap caps. So I have a plethora of snap caps for magazines, because you definitely, when you do a magazine, which you're actually going to see a video coming up soon of a double mag carrier, that you want dummy rounds inside. You can use live rounds. I just choose not to, just because it's that much more safer. But I've never had a live round blow up on 300 degrees. So I'm going to move down the line here. But you'll be able to see the setup again. Wall control is phenomenal. The sanding sponges are fantastic, 120 grit. Absolutely love them. I'm colorblind, so I actually use a swatch from Knife Kits. So it has all the colors on it, and that's actually how I match it up. This is how I store Kydex. So I just did 2x4s with a half-inch sheet, and I just slide in and out. So that's how I do it. Those are all my cutoffs. You've seen my presses, and then you got my 2 ovens here, and of course some clocks. But the 2 ovens I use, this is my primary one, this is my secondary one. It's wider, so if I have to use bigger Kydex, that's what I use. You guys know I do not like to change bits, so I have I have a new drill for every bit. And then a lot of people ask me, hey, my tape's not sticking to the molds. Well, rem oil, sorry, not rem oil, isopropyl alcohol or brake cleaner, that's how you clean the molds. Right, and then rem oil is how I would clean the Kydex, you see that. But to get the release agent off the molds, you need to clean it with brake cleaner or alcohol. And that's just a given. Going down the line, bins, lots of bins. So you can see I have a plethora of them. I have more in other places because I got a lot of jobs going on. And then curved jig here. This is, you're going to see this in an upcoming video. I use this for double mag holders, and you'll see it's because it sets the curve in them. Much easier to do, and I'll show you how to do that. Heat press. So in the heat press, we got a Teflon sheet. That's how you get the Kydex to not stick to the heating element. But this is just a cheapo. God, I don't even remember the brand it is. It's that big, but I think I paid $400 for it. But it came with a whole bunch of other accessories. I'll be using that eventually coming up. I did a video on this, so you already know what this is. You want adequate air in your setup too. Arbor press. You're going to need an arbor press. So this is a 1-ton arbor press from Harbor Freight. I believe it was like, I don't know, in the $60 range. But you can see I got all of our rivets here and our die set. The die set is from Knife Kits or holstersmith.com, same company. But yeah, you'll see me use that on all the videos. Ryobi scroll saw. So you see me use this all the time. You can use a scroll saw or a bandsaw. I personally like the scroll saw, but I am going to invest in a bandsaw coming up because I do a lot of automotive stuff, and I'm going to be doing some fabrication for the hot rods I got going on. But this right here was like, I don't know, 130 bucks, 140 bucks. And obviously it works very well. And then I keep a plethora of blades and cutting stuff on hand. Don't worry about the handcuffs. I make a lot of holsters for handcuffs. And grenade launcher. Hello. So, moving on. Harbor Freight. I don't remember how much this was. I got it like 5 years ago, but it's been running strong ever since. I did a box around it because it catches all the crap flinging off of it. And obviously you don't want to breathe it in. So that works great. I do 120 grit paper on that as well. You see I got a spare hanging up. And I got a light above it to light the box. So definitely want that. You can see this lineman kit right here. So this is a gunsmithing mat. It's a hard rubber, and it's got little pockets. So I use them to hold pieces of material. Dremels. You guys know I don't like changing bits, so I have one Dremel with each bit that I got. I got my cutting wheel, got my sanding disc, and then I got pretty much the drill bit. So do that. And then this is the finishing side. So, well, first actually got the heat gun. So you see me use that many, many times. This is like $160, $140 DeWalt. I actually got this one on Knife Kits as well. It's my second one in 5 years. I burned out the first one. The one trick that you guys got to do that a lot of people don't understand is you have to let it cool down. So shut the heat off, but keep the fan going. Otherwise, it's just going to burn out the elements. Sight forming jig. I use this for my vac forms projects. You see me use that. You can find them floating around the internet. And then a good vise. So I got a good vise here, good jaws on it, and I use that to fold all my decks. Then you can see all the bins. I have everything labeled with hardware that I use and whatnot. So, and then I have miscellaneous stuff that I just find laying around and just throw in here. But each bin has its own thing. They're all marked what they are. Well, mostly, but I know what they are. And I take usually like, let's see here, for example, this is the part number and what it is from Knife Kits and where it comes. So I know what's in it, where it's from, the part number on it, and whatnot. So, but again, long bench, and yeah, try and keep it clean. I clean it every Friday, but job after job, it just piles up. So, and then you got your mold storage as well. So on the other side of my wall. So I got, this is Glocks and SIGs, and very bottom's FN. This right here is got Springfield Armory, HK, and CZ. Over here is Ruger, Smith & Wesson, and Taurus. And then, it's my laser setup. And then over here is just miscellaneous. So, let's see here. I got Beretta size, 1911s, Kydex, a couple other guys. And yeah, my bench setup. So, again, adequate space. This guy right here, this is a saber. It's a fabric ruler. You can get it at Walmart. This is how I cut all my deck. So I lay it down on the floor, and then I put it across, and I run the razor blade over it. So this is definitely a need. So it goes with these mats. Definitely like these mats. These are self-healing mats. So, but I think that's pretty much everything that I touched on as what I use and what I see. So again, clamps, screwdrivers, all the good stuff. And then bins, lots of foam. I get the foam. It's the only beige foam on Knife Kip's website. It's a mega foam, I believe it is. And yeah, I get a lot of it. So I actually have more set coming in, but that's the only foam I use. And you obviously can see the definition I get out of these guys. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Running down the list of basic hand tools for doing this. I think I know, like, I think I'm going to do a video one time where I'm not going to use any of this, and I'm going to do it like with just basic stuff, like no power tools, no nothing. Like I'll use an awl to drill it or something like that. But I don't know. I kind of want to try and make a holster using no modern day stuff. But again, shop setup is how you want it. If you notice, I have like a particular setup on my bench. So this is prepping, forming right here, and then hardware, cutting, sanding, finishing. And then my laser bench way down there is my bench for shipping. So, but once I clean all that stuff off, it'll be even better. And I got to clean this area. That's next. But anyways, so yeah. Any questions? Holla.